Yeah, welcome to Corrosive Online Tutorials, where complex problems are made easy. In today's video, I want to discuss the laws of logarithm. Laws of logarithm. Now, if you have not watched my videos on the laws of indices, please do, because that will help you a lot to understand this topic, laws of logarithm. Now, I will try to be slow and make it easy for you to understand. Okay? Now, let's talk about the laws of logarithm. If I have log A, this is log A or log to base A raised to power A is equal to 1 according to the law of logarithm. This is the base, this is the power. The log to base A raised to power A is equals to 1. For example, anytime you have log 10 raised to power 10, you know that is equals to what? 1. Or anytime you have log 2 raised to power 2 is equals to 1. Or anytime you have log 3 raised to power 3 is equals to what? 1. So that is the law of logarithm. Okay, number 1. That is the law of logarithm you must understand. Log base A raised to power A is equals to what? 1. So anytime you are solving, you meet that kind of logarithm, you know it is equals to what? 1. Now, the second one I want to talk about is when you have log to base A raised to power B raised to power M. You see that the power is raised to power again. In that case, what you do, use this will come here. Okay, you now have it this way. M log base A raised to power what? B. That's how you express it. For example, let me give you an example of what I'm doing now. I can decide to say that log to base 10 is equals to 1000. Or I can say 10 raised to power 2. Okay, now you can see 10 raised to power 2 is 10 times 10. Of course, you know that if you have watched my video on the laws of indices. Now, because the power is raised to power, you transfer this 2 to the other side. So it becomes 2 log 10 raised to power 10. Of course, you know this will give us 1 based on the first law I gave you just now. So it will now become 2 times 1 and it's equals to what? 2. So anytime you see that log to base A raised to power B and the B is raised to power M, you apply this to proceed further. Okay? Now the next one, which is number 3, I want to talk about is when the base is raised to power. Now A raised to power M, B. This one is different from the second one I just did now. The base is raised to power here. Now when the base is raised to power, you say 1 over M log A raised to power what? B. Unlike the previous one, when it was like this, log A, B raised to power M, you transfer to this side. You now have log A raised to power what? B. But when the base is raised to power, it will be 1 over the power that it was raised to. Okay? That is how to express it. For example, I can give something like this, log 8 raised to power 2. Now, how do you solve this one now? How do you solve this one? This 8 can be expressed. I can express this 8 in terms of indices because 2 times 2 times 2 in 3 places is 8. So 2 raised to power, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. So this is 2 raised to power what? 3 is 8. 2 raised to power 3 is 8. So I can remove this 8 and put 2 raised to power 3 there. Okay, so my next line of action will be 2 raised to power what? 3, 2. Now the next thing I will do now is to apply the law because the base is raised to power. So if the base is raised to power, there will be 1 over 3 log 2 to 2. This is 1 already because logarithm to its own base. The base and the power is the same, so it will give you 1. So 1 times 1 over 3 times 1 will give you 1 over what? 3. Okay? So the fourth one I want to explain here is also similar to the law of indices. If you have log a raised to the power m, okay, plus log a raised to the power n, you can have it, take the base, since the base is the same, take the base, the power you multiply, n, you multiply it. For example, you can decide to say, if I have log 10 to base 2 plus log 10 to base 5, I will take the base because it's common to both of them, then you multiply the power. So 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. So this to this will give us 1 based on the first law I gave to you earlier. Okay, that is it. Also, I can say, let me give you another law again. If it is log a to base m minus log a to base n, here, because here is minus, here is going to be what? Division. So take the base because the base is the same. Then you have m over what? N. Okay? For example, you can have log 10 to, I can put 100 here, okay, minus log 10 to, let me just say, I can put something that will make it easy for us. I can put 10 here, okay. If you want to apply it now, you can say log, you take the base, which is common to them, then 100 divided by 10. 100 divided by 10 is 10, and base 10 to raise to the power 10 will give us what? 1. Okay, or better still, yeah, you have 1 as our answer there. Okay, you have 1 as our answer. Or if you want to still break it down, here you give you 1, so you have log 10. Okay, if you want to go by this way, this is one way you can solve it. If you want to go by the other way, let me use it the other way for you. If you want to go by the other way, you have this one will give us log 10 raised to the power what? 2, because 100 is 10 times 10, which is 10 raised to the power 2, minus this will give us 1 because base 10 raised to the power 10 is 1. So you have 1. Now this will come here applying the law. So 2 log 10 to this minus 1. Now this one is also 1. Okay, it's also what? 1. So in that case, what do? You now have 2 times 1 minus 1, and you have 2 minus 1, and your answer is what? 1. So whatever way you solve it, you end up arriving at the same answer. Just know the laws. Make sure you practice the law very well. Now, another law I want to give to you is this. Let's call it change of base. When you have log a to base a raised to the power b, if you want to bring a new base, you have log, okay, b, because it's at the numerator, it's at the top. Then you bring your new base c. This one is at the bottom, so it will be at the denominator, log c raised to the power what? A. This is called the law of change of what? Of base. Change of base. Then we also have another one that says that log a raised to the power 1 is equals to 0. Now I can convert these to indices by this coming here and this going here. So a raised to the power 0 is equals to 1, because anything raised to the power 0 is what? Is 1. So you can also apply this law. This law, you move from logarithm to indices where you want to convert. Okay, so I will in my next video I'm going to solve a lot of problems that has to do with logarithm. So follow me carefully. Okay, the next video I will treat different problems where we'll be applying different laws of logarithm to solve the problem. Until then, thank you very much.